How goes it, everybody? This is Specko, and I'm going to do I've put out episodes before for specifics for maps as far as strategies go, but in this video I'm going to be doing purely tips, mostly tips, a little bit on the edge as far as goes strategy. Um, I've been sniping in video games for years as far as like a tactical approach. This isn't for quick scoping, of course. So let's go ahead and get into it. I started sniping in video games kind of like I do now whenever I played SOCOM back in the day on PS2. I think I learned quite a few good things from playing then. I played competitively back then, and now I just play to do these videos and just have fun with it. But starting off, as far as you got to know your weapons as far as sniper rifle goes. For Modern Warfare 2, you've got 4 of them: the intervention, bolt action intervention, the Barrett 50 cal. You've got the WA-2000, which is also semi-automatic, and the M21, which is what I'm using here. The M21 is perfect for. It's absolutely perfect for hardcore mode if you want to play it. I was asked by one of my subscribers to do a video with M21 silenced with cold-blooded, and it's really hard to be successful doing that in regular game mode, the softcore mode, without, I don't know, spamming a lot, which I don't like to do. And so that's why this is hardcore. And this, not the full point of this video is just for this M21, but it was just asked of me, but it's more tips. Alright, just like I said with the sniper rifles, a lot of people like using the intervention because it's bolt action. It's the only bolt action on here, and it reminds me of the M40. And there's a big huge argument on which is better, the Barrett or the intervention. People will say intervention simply because it looks cooler to most, and it's bolt action, nothing more. On paper, and which should be also in reality, the Barrett you will have the most success with, because it's more forgiving, has predictable. It's semi-automatic, has predictable recoil to it, so you can account for it. Okay, and if you're not that great at sniping, I suggest use the Barrett, because it's gonna be easier for you. Okay, moving into perks. If you're playing softcore mode, the perks I would suggest for your blue perk would either be sleight of hand pro, not just regular sleight of hand, because unless you have sleight of hand pro, it's not really doing you that much good. Bling, which is great in case you want to make it real easy and use, as far as being kind of sneaky, use the silencer and the thermal, or the silencer and the FMJ to kind of make up a little bit for the lost damage. Okay, your second perk, almost all of these you want to use stopping power, other than the WA-2000, because you don't really receive, as far as damage multiplier, you don't receive the benefit that you need, because it doesn't matter, because it's gonna kill somebody one time in the chest if you have stopping power or not. But if you shoot them in the stomach, it's not going to. Now, I may not be completely right on this, but I'm pretty sure that the stopping power, as far as the lower body, like the lower stomach and crotch area, won't give you a one-shot kill, unlike with the intervention or the Barrett. So that's why you don't want to use it. Now, the Barrett and the intervention you can use cold-blooded with, but it's only if you're a good enough shot to be able to make those upper chest headshots. So you can get one-shot kills. If you're not that great at sniping as far as aim goes, I would suggest always use the stopping power. Okay, now going into other things other than perks. Third perk, of course, yeah, Steady Aim Pro or Ninja Pro. One of those two. Okay. Moving on into simple little tips. Like, one of my main things that I do a lot is it's kind of like it's not really call it like a pop shot, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. It's more like a jack-in-the-box effect. It's usually for counter sniping or if somebody knows where you're at. What you do is you hold your breath before you stand up, or come not stand up or crouch if you're in prone, to take out whoever's trying to hit you. And that's because instead of having to pop up and that second that it takes for your crosshairs to go still and you be able to make the shot, you could have done that while you're still in the cover. Now, talking about cover, there is a difference between cover and concealment. Cover is where I'm at right now. There's not as much concealment. Concealment is they can't see you. Cover is if they shoot at you, you got something in front of you. A lot of times concealment, say some kind of shrub on any kind of map like Wasteland or something, concealment may be preferred simply because you have a wider view of everything. Now, but cover, it'll probably give you a narrower view, but at the same time it gives you that cover. Okay, another thing, if you're playing softcore, thing that you need to know is because you got to think about with kill cams. Whenever you kill somebody, if you're zoomed in, stay zoomed in 2 seconds after you kill them. That way, whenever they watch that kill cam, they see where you're zoomed. They see you zoomed in. They don't know. They might not know exactly where you're at simply because of that. Unless it's something like, well, that shot I just made right there. You would be able to see on the kill cam. It'd be pretty obvious because you see the ground right there in front of me that I was at high point. Okay. Other things to think about if you're wanting to do just the run around. There's another thing you can do other than kind of take a spot like I've done. I've set up claymores on both sides for the high point. Those are the only 2 entrances. So this is pretty much what I'm going to do, is just hang out at the high point as long as I can and get some kills until, I don't know, I use that spot up. But another thing you can do is hop around from place to place. And that's a good thing to do, and it's a little harder, but at the same time it's more effective. But if you can navigate from one area to the other, put this way on the other side of the map and it kills me. But if you can navigate to one spot to the other, you'll be a lot bigger of a nuisance than if you just sat in one spot. Okay, another little tip is sometimes you want to actually wait for your shots. I know some people say, well, you got to shoot as soon as you got to shoot as fast as possible, but sometimes if you're not that great, you'll take a shot and miss, and you'll ruin the opportunity. So if you predict that somebody's going to be just going to keep running in a direction, what you want to do is you want to put the crosshairs in front of them and wait for them to walk into them and then fire. That's the easiest way to make a shot. If somebody's running from one point to another, straight right to left on your screen, left to right on your screen, just put it in front of where they're going and fire whenever it gets to them. Unless you're using the M21. The M21, you'll have to lead them a little bit because it's pretty much the only one that has bullet lag, which is made up for in the no recoil pretty much. Okay, another thing, think about getaways where you can exit. Like right here, my 2 exits are left towards high point and behind me towards that artillery gun, and I'm just going to watch the other way, and I've got claymore set up there. A lot of times if you're going to be playing tactical and you want to just sit out and snipe a spot, you may call it camping. It is camping, but at the same time it's effective. You want to know where you can retreat if need be. Say there's 3 guys coming in, you can't kill all 3 of them. Another thing is to be aware of where all your teammates are. For your spawns, you need to know where their spawns. Right here, I notice everybody else is on the other side of the map. They're going to start spawning behind me. You need to memorize these spawns. That's not just for sniping, that's for everything. Okay, and the good thing about having Scavenger Pro with is so you can replace these claymores and help yourself out. I'll get into other tips later. I'll probably do another one. I'll probably do a more advanced thing as far as strategies go later on, but for now this is what I've got. And alright guys, have a good one. Please rate, comment, and subscribe.